Today's video is brought to you by Oxedo LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxedo LED lighting, and here is some after Oxedo LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxedo LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. In today's episode, I am driving. Just kidding. We are in Litchfield, Minnesota, and we are going to be looking at our Ford Convertible that we're doing some work on here at the body shop. Now, I got a text yesterday from Brad at the body shop giving me a little bit of a progress report, and well, I had to take today and come out and give you guys an update, take a look at it, go over some things with him, but I thought it'd be a great time to do so. But before we get too far into today's episode, you guys know the routine. Go ahead, hit that subscription button, the notification bell, leave a comment, a thumbs up. All that stuff is super, super helpful, and it's very greatly appreciated. Now, today is a pretty crappy rainy day, and I was going to go to a car show, but it got rained out. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out to be so bad because we still get to do some car stuff. Yay. So we're just a couple of minutes away, but we're gonna get over there right now.
The top yesterday, you know, hanging down in there, and I'm like, man, I don't want to burn a hole in that top. That's new yet and stuff. I'm like, how hard is it to take it off? I looked at it, 3 bolts in a spring.
Oh, sweet.
I'm like, holy shit, should take that off a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of always been my big worry is, you know, that top.
It's the one thing we don't want to replace.
Right. It's one good thing on the thing.
Yeah. God, they got sections in there and...
Yeah. And it's like, you know, this section here looks like new metal almost.
It does.
That back there is, the metal's all pitted and stuff. So I'm like, well, that's got to be old steel then.
They had to have
So I don't know what the hell they
replaced maybe just that section and then slid it under and over and...
But in order to get that section, you buy the whole pan.
Right.
Why wouldn't you do the whole thing? Because that's what we got, is that whole pan.
Right.
I don't know.
Man, these people really went crazy with the silicone and... I mean, every seam. Okay, well, I guess goodbye to the old, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see more of the damage. Fiberglass and just kind of whatever they had laying around, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus. Well.
Yeah, if you look down inside behind that cylinder, they got fiberglass down in there, and I'm like, what the hell?
Well. Could be worse, I guess. I mean...
Yeah, the floors up here look solid. We're good.
Yeah. We were talking to, he keeps going back and forth on the rims and what he wants to do with those, change them size-wise, whatever. He's like, let's just paint the rims red, put the beauty rings and center caps back on them and leave them as they are. If we want to
down there, if he wants to change it up, he can.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we can always do something later. That's not the important part. So Dang. The body of the car is pretty decent other than what they screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean, all in all.
I'm kind of thinking at one time or another, I'm thinking this thing got hit here in this corner. That's why this door was all messed up and shit. And you can kind of see somebody did some welding.
Yep.
Like all that's been replaced maybe or something.
Pounded out and...
Yeah, something's been done in there.
That would make sense why a lot of that door jamb was jacked up and...
Yep.
And maybe that's too why the front end was not
Painted.
lacquer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, the front was lacquer, the back's clear coat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was vice versa. It was
so-
two separate.
Yep. Yeah, you can see the different
Yeah.
reds. This
Yeah.
is a much brighter red. That's got clear coat on it.
Yep.
So, yeah, trying to figure out what people have done prior to being here is a mystery some days.
Yeah. That's half the battle. Yeah, we got to, one of these days, we can get that front end stuff done and the,
Tire out.
yeah,
Yeah.
and get all that put in and heck yeah.
Yeah, there's the new piece up behind me there, Sean, for the floor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're good. Sorry. No, that's gonna be a lot better. So we're gonna use that whole piece or cut it up to fit what?
I'm kind of going back and forth. We want to come all the way up. That piece will come all the way up to this seam right here. Ouch. Watch out for the nails.
Yeah, okay.
That'll come all the way up to here, or we can splice it in back there and do a much better job than what they did, you know. And then
Right.
clean all the silicone out of this and straighten that seam up. You know, that way,
It's
you know, we aren't messing around with a lot of this. I don't, kind of back and forth right now as to which way we're gonna go on it.
I would almost say the whole thing, and it would eliminate a seam.
Yeah.
It's probably a little more work with the bracing and stuff in there.
Yeah, do some bracing on the back here so things don't start
Right,
moving around.
falling
too
in,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
There sure wasn't much to them back in the day, just in general.
You start stripping them down, there ain't much there.
No.
And I've even thought, you know, maybe to do this back end, I might just take it off the frame, because that way I got a little better access underneath.
Yeah.
And literally to take it off, there's like 6 bolts and pull the steering wheel off and lift the body off of this thing. I'm like, yeah, we might just do that.
Yeah. It probably wouldn't be the end of the world.
Then we could clean the frame up a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of like, I don't know.
He does want it nice.
Exactly. I mean, he's into it so deep that in order to get the dollars back out of it, you really got to kind of push over the top now.
We're at that point, absolutely. If it's, I mean, I'd pop it off and we can at least doctor up the frame as far as paint
Yeah.
and whatnot.
You know, a little wire brush and some cleaning on it and some new fresh black paint on it. And
People are, you know, if it's for sale, they're gonna crawl all over it, out the tailpipe and
yeah, I
out
mean,
the
look
hood.
at when you go look at something.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very
You know,
critical.
hey, you
and-
got a hoist, can we raise this thing up?
Yeah,
Let's get it up in the air.
Let's
I
let
wanna
her
see
run
the
for
bottom
20
side.
minutes. I want to see if it's dripping or, you know, what's
Yep.
sounding
Yep.
weird. Like,
Yeah,
let's,
Exactly.
I think popping it off of the frame would be the
I'm
right choice for where we're at in it and what he wants to do with it and get out of it at the end. He wants to make money on it or somewhat, you know,
break
and
even anyway. And
yeah,
Yeah, if you got guys, you know, they look at the frame and they're like, you want how much for this?
right.
Yeah, I gotta take it off the frame and I gotta straighten all that shit out and stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's the way it should look. God, they mangled the hell out of that thing before. Perfect. That looks really good. Oh, yeah. She'll close good, line up right.
Yeah, that looks really good on the car now.
Have a good, decent gap that you can't fall out of. Yes. So if you guys remember from the last video, this hinge area was really messed up. I don't know what they had done. there's the old piece. So some beautiful welding in there. But in order to fix this area, all of that had to get reconstructed. But we got ourselves a good metal and body guy here, so that was a piece of cake for him. No, that looks real good. Dang.
The thing we were kind of worried about is, you know, they've got these
Oh.
screws.
Yep.
They're supposed to be kind of a rounded head on them, you know, like these.
Yes.
I found a place I can order these.
Okay.
So I can get all these screws for these and we'll get them polished or plated or
Right.
whatever.
All the right
You know, so you don't
hardware.
have- you know, that one's rounded, these are flat.
Yeah.
And then we'll make sure all the threads are good inside there. You know, so when everything goes back on, it's all tight.
Right. Retap and
Yep.
yeah, maybe I don't know if we're gonna if we send stuff out.
Re-chrome some of that.
Yeah.
I can ask Greg next door on a cost maybe.
If we've got a few little parts to, I mean, if it's just gonna accentuate.
Yep. Yep, you know, you can kind of see the pity.
Yeah, I mean,
It's horrible, you know?
a guy could steel wool it and whatever, but then you still gotta plate it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of chrome on this car, which is good, so
And I'm sure you can buy some repops, but they're cheap.
they are. They
They're
are.
cheaply made.
You can definitely tell. Yeah, let's see if we can find. It was this knuckle, right?
Yep. I suppose I got the weight off of it, Sean.
Oh, right.
Here, let me drop it down a little bit more.
Yeah. So where that? That's really bad. So I'm guessing.
Stand in front, you can see how the body moves. The frame.
Yeah, that's.
That's a death wobble.
Yes. I think anything over 40 miles an hour is probably scarier than.
Yeah.
So I keep going back on these in my head. I'm sure
I think we've got these.
this knuckle with that, but then we would need shackle pins
Yeah.
with that bushing.
And before we order anything, we'll kind of go through the parts we've got here.
Yep.
We do have a lot of new parts downstairs.
Yes.
So,
I don't believe we have those, but
I think we have this one here that goes in there.
okay.
I think I seen those.
That just
because I was
bolts.
looking. Yeah.
Just a ball joint,
Yep.
basically. Okay.
But yeah, it's one of those things. Might just well rebuild the front end completely on it and get it all tightened up. And you know, we've got new tie rod ends. We did the lowering kit.
Yep, got new bushings.
You know, new bushings
there.
maybe put in here for the sway
Yep.
bar.
Yeah, these were mashed out and
Yep.
they're pretty hard. So is there? No, that's a bump stop. Just any of the rubbery stuff is probably way past its prime as far as bushings and whatnot. If it's gonna look good, we do want it to handle and not. I'd rather have that fresh rubber squeak than a old wore out rubber squeak.
Yeah.
There's a big difference at sway bar mount or bushing, and then so how does that? It's like a little two-piece. Okay.
Get it done before the snowballs fly.
Well, one good thing about down there, you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Well, that's going to wrap things up for us here at the body shop. I just popped in. I wanted to give you guys a little update and progress report on that. As you saw, the door is fixed. The ass end of this thing is tore out, and we're getting ready to replace that. We're just kind of going over some scheduling and when it's going to work for both of us to congregate on this thing and really start going. Just checking over some bushings and a few little things that we're gonna have to order. Making a little list, checking it twice, you know how it goes. As you saw, we need some sway bar bushings for the front up here, and maybe the pin as well. So there's a few other little things we're looking at. I cannot wait to get this pan in. And the back end, here's that other piece, the tail pan, I guess. The trunk, the bottom of the trunk lid sits here. So that's cool. Super excited about that. Actually, there's the old one right there. I like it. So, that's going to do it for today. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.